What's up guys, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video I'm just drawing a simple pose, which is this lady just standing and stretching her hand or her arm out and holding a stick. First of all guys, I draw the head as a gesture. Keep in mind that my style of drawing the gesture is a combination between a gesture and also construction and some anatomy. I'm trying to prepare for the next stage, which is the final one. So some artists just start with gesture, and from gesture they add construction, and after construction they add the anatomy part. But I'm combining all of those three stages just in one. Alright? Not actually fully drawing this, but drawing some certain things that will help me a lot while going to the final stage. So as you see, I'm now drawing some cylinders for the thighs, which is a construction. I'm turning the rib cage into a little bit of a boxy shape just to show the perspective. The head, I thought it was kinda small, so I resized it to make it a little bit big. Those curves I'm drawing right now is what we call wrapping lines. If I consider the rib cage as a cylinder, consider the thigh as a cylinder, I'm showing how things will wrap around. Like if you're drawing like a short on like wearing a shorts, then it's going to wrap around her thigh in this way. And how I actually knew that, since the thigh or the cylinder is going towards us, and what I mean by going towards us is that her thighs is hitting towards the camera. She's stretching her thighs or her legs towards the viewer. Alright? That's why I'm seeing the lower plan of the cylinder. So it's going to wrap around as the same as this lower plan. Alright? So as you see now, I'm constantly trying to fix some proportions, doing like a little bit of measurements. Again guys, as I said, I'm trying to fix proportions, and keep in mind, I'm not trying to make it as close as like identical to the reference, because as you see in here, you might say that her right arm is actually maybe stretching to the back, not to the front, or just like on her side. It's your call, because it's going to be different when you draw the wrapping lines around those arms. Now you see in here, I'm just trying to figure out like the whole pose. And if you noticed, I kinda zoomed out so I can see the whole image. It will help you a lot with proportions. Now I'm just doing nothing, and keep in mind guys, we are like under 4 minutes I guess, and we have finished like the gesture composition between gesture and construction and so on. So it did not take that much time. And now I'm gonna show you how these things are actually done. I'm trying to demonstrate now, or maybe I'm going to construct it a little bit to see how things is actually done. I have drawn like a line from her eyes down to the toe, just to balance like the center of gravity. Now again, fixing some proportions as I see it. I want to make the body like kinda believable as I see it. as the reference, because you might make the head smaller, you might make her legs taller. That's all on you. Now, as you see in here, this is not the final stage. This stage, I'm just showing you how I have done things, but in a cleaner way. So her head, I'm just making head like she's looking slightly up, so the curve of the head or the wrapping line is going to look up. Now, for the arms, I'm turning it into cylinders, and again, I'm making those cylinders coming towards us. That's why you see in the wrapping lines looking this way. Alright guys, it follows the roundness of the lower plan. Since I'm seeing the lower plan, I'm detecting like the chest part or the breast part. Alright, and I feel kinda, I don't know, it may be a little bit low. That's why I'm gonna fix it now. I'm gonna select in those breasts, and I'm gonna lower it a little bit down. Alright, and what you see under the chest, or what I have done just right now, is again the wrapping lines for the rib cage. The rib cage is kinda tilting to the back, so again I'm seeing the lower plan, so the wrapping line will follow. This line is kinda the center line of the whole body. And then I'm just showing the construction again of the whole leg, which is the thigh, and from the knee to the toe, to the foot. Alright guys, again, this is like a stage between the final and the gesture. I'm trying to combine those stages in just one stage. As you can see right now, you might think like, alright, if we're gonna clean this up and add in some anatomy and so on, it's gonna be like the finished product. As you see in here, I'm drawing the pelvis. Alright, those dots is like not the pubic bone, those dots is the pelvis. Alright, I don't know what was the name of it, pieces or aces, I can't remember. But you just don't mind, it's just a landmark. This protruding bone on her pelvis, I'm just detecting it with just 2 points. Now I'm showing you here the right leg from the side. I'm trying to show you that there is a part of the leg that is going towards us and another part is going away from us. And this is your call. I'm trying to draw the leg as if it is bended. I'm showing you here if the leg is not bended, you can draw it just like this. The thigh will have the same wrapping lines, but from knees to toes it's gonna be different. The direction will actually change because it is going towards us, but on the one bended it is going away from us, and I'm talking about the part from the knees to the toe. Alright guys, and I'm gonna explain it again here after I draw this foot. I'm just resizing so I can draw even more and make it clear for you guys how things wrap around the form. See, I'm drawing a thigh right now, and this is going like away from us. Why I'm saying away from us? Because the lower plan is going away and the upper plan is going towards us. If you're just like holding a cylinder and just rotating the cylinder. Alright? And I'm just saying towards us if it was like this way. The lower plan is going towards us, but the upper plan is going away from us. So I'm just detecting regarding the lower plan of the cylinder, not the upper plan. Alright, I'm seeing the upper plan, and this is going away from us since the lower plan is heading away from us. So the wrapping lines will follow the direction of the plan that you are seeing. Follows the roundness of the plan that you are seeing. Alright guys, And again, I'm going to change. I have shown you the rib cage, the pelvis, when it looked like a round cylinder, or if it just looked like a sphere or an ellipse. Now I'm showing you if it was a box. This is showing you the perspective of the rib cage and also the pelvis. Alright guys, and just in a second I'm going to show it to you on the reference itself. Again, what I'm doing is just for demonstration. You can call this stage like the mannequin stage or whatever you want to call it. Alright, the wrapping lines is so important to show the direction of the cylinder, the direction of the form and the perspective of it. It is actually a really simple pose, so it is kinda easier to demonstrate it. I guess now I'm going to show you on the reference itself. I'm just lowering the opacity, putting like a white layer below the reference so you can see what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to draw the shape of the rib cage. As you see right here now, I'm attaching the lower part of the rib cage, so it is going to be as a box. I'm showing that the plan that actually have the breasts is facing this way and the side is facing the other way. And I'm showing also the pelvis from those two landmarks. Alright, and the line between them, which is the center line. This is just for showing the perspective of the rib cage and the pelvis, which is the torso. Now I'm going to draw it in like a curvier way, which is the rib cage. I'm showing it as if it is like rounded. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix some things. I'm showing you that the rib cage, we are actually leaning kinda to the back. Alright, so I'm seeing a little bit of the lower plan of it. It's wrapping around, and then I'm going to show the pelvis also as a half sphere, kinda rounded. Alright, I hope you get it right now what I'm trying to say. Again, I'm trying to prepare this stage for the upcoming stage. So I'm just going to lower the opacity or whatever for like the first stage I have, or this one, and then I'm gonna clean it up for the final stage, which is adding the anatomy. And again, I'm constantly gonna fix some proportions, do some measurements, and so on. So enjoy the rest of it, and thank you guys for watching.